first graders, happy Monday. I hope you had a great weekend. Duke here has been bugging me because he wants to show you his favorite toy. But we couldn't really decide what his favorite toy was, so I thought maybe today in the video he would show us what his favorite toy is. Duke, do you want to show us what your favorite toy is? Okay, let's go see what it is. It's Duke, and here are some of his toys. We're going to see which one he wants to play with. There's one. Do you like that one? How about that one, Duke? And then here's your red ball. Which one do you want to play with? Oh. How about one of your squeaky toys? Oh. Looks like he wants to play with his red ball today. All right, let's look at our morning message. Dear first graders, today is Monday. Have you noticed the COVID-19 time capsule packet in your learning materials? You are welcome to work on that at any time. This is a special time in history, and you might want to look back at your experience someday. Have a magical Monday. Love, Mrs. Baker. Remember to go on Seesaw and make corrections to this note. Here is that COVID-19 time capsule, and you can put your name on the front. Most of the activities are things that you could do by yourself in here. You can draw a picture of who you're social distancing with, who you're living with. You could fill out your favorites here, or you could have somebody help you fill that out maybe. Talk about how you're feeling. Write about your community and how you're staying connected with others. Draw pictures or write about things you're doing to stay busy and safe at home. And then on this page it says to print the hands. You could either print out hands like from the computer, or you could put your hand on there and trace it with the different colored markers for each person. Be sure to write each person's name in there too. Another really fun page in here is the special occasion page. You might have a birthday that you celebrate in your house, or maybe holidays that pass by. You can write the event, the date that they happen, and how you celebrated, how you made that special, even though we're at home right now. Here's a good writing practice. You could write a letter to yourself. You could write it as a first grader, and maybe you'll read it next year, or maybe you'll read it when you're 18. Who knows? So you might just talk to yourself a little bit, tell yourself, remind yourself about what it's like to be in quarantine right now, doing distance learning. You could also interview your parents. This is when you'll for sure need to do with somebody else. You can interview your parents and see what life is like for them and remember that. And then there's also a page where your parents can write a letter to you. And this is a letter that you could either maybe it's what they want to tell you now, or maybe it's what they hope you remember about this time too. Because even though it's not always fun, and sometimes it might be a little bit scary or uncomfortable, this is a really special time in history. This is the first time in my life that I've ever had to stay home. And so maybe even when you're my age, this could be the only time, hopefully it's the only time that you're quarantined at home. So this time capsule is a really special way for you to remember this time. All right, let's move on to math. Our math pages today start on page 563. You are going to be collecting objects that might fit in the boxes on the paper. So the directions at the bottom say to look around the classroom and choose an object that will fit in each box. But instead of looking around the classroom, I want you to just look around your home for different objects that would fit in each box. And then you're going to draw a picture of those objects in each box. Now the next step is to compare whether the objects are longer than or shorter than the other objects. So first I want you to look at object C and determine if that object in the blue box is longer or shorter than object A up in the green box. Once you have determined if object C is longer or shorter than object A, I want you to circle your answer at the bottom. Then I want you to try using longer than and shorter than to compare all of the objects. Try using complete sentences. On the next page, it explains how you can compare the lengths of objects. If you look at the picture there, you can see that the paintbrush is longer than the pencil, and the pencil is longer than the tube of paint. So it asks you the question, is the tube of paint longer than or shorter than the paintbrush? Here's a problem for you to solve on your own now. The pair of glasses is shorter than the marker. The marker is shorter than the picture. Is the picture longer than or shorter than the pair of glasses? Circle your answer for that question. Number 2 says the crayon is longer than the paperclip. The scissors are longer than the crayon. Is the paperclip longer than or shorter than the scissors? Circle your answer. Number 3. The eraser is shorter than the glue stick. The glue stick is shorter than the pencil. Is the pencil longer than or shorter than the eraser? Circle your answer below. The next few questions might be a little tricky. Try drawing a picture to help you solve them if that helps. Number 4. The chalk is shorter than the pen. The paperclip is shorter than the chalk. Is the pen longer than or shorter than the paperclip? So you have to think about the different objects and compare them. Number 5. The table is longer than the book. The book is longer than the eraser. Is the eraser longer than or shorter than the table? Explain to a friend or a family member how you know and circle your answer. Finally, for the writing, it says a marker is longer than a crayon. A crayon is longer than a paperclip. Is a paperclip longer than or shorter than a marker? Explain. Just do your best with that, first graders. If you just want to talk about that with somebody at home, that's okay too.